Yo, what is going on? It is Wednesday, February 18th, 5:31 p.m. And today I made $20.50 because got to break even, but yes, the streak is over of not entering. Here is as you can see, made $9.50 on both my Bulenoxes and $1.36 on my lead zero, when I should have also taken this trade on these two Alpha Zero accounts as well. Don't like that I didn't do that. You see two right there. That was probably my biggest flaw of the day, but let's get into today's price action. To begin with, I actually had a bearish narrative once I seen open take place, and let's get into why that was. So coming into the day, I see a lot of bearish order flow, and what I see here is why I led to this bearish narrative. Why are we all the way over here? If we take a look here, we had let me see. So at open, we swept the London high on, we swept this daily fair value gap on ES, but we didn't take the London high. On NQ, we didn't take the daily fair value gap, but we had taken London high. So we're high time frame SMT'd inside of this bullish 4-hour gap. So yeah, this to me already is like, bro, these they're both SMT'd, both protected highs in my opinion, because they are inside of this 4-hour gap. Now if we take a look at this Asia low, this Asia low is within an hourly, I believe. Now this Asia low isn't in anything. This Asia low is not in anything, so this is more of a low that I think is still prominent. However, the thing that boosted us to the buy side today, which I thought we could have ran through because Asia low was stronger to me than this SMT'd high, both of these SMT'd highs inside of this 4-hour gap, was that London low was paired exactly with this 4-hour gap, which is what we seen our reaction off of today. And we even dug into this hourly, resting just inside of that 4-hour gap and only 20-ish points away from, about 19 points away from this London low. Once I seen us run this London low, I thought that we could have gotten to this Asia low and then continued higher, but that's not what happened. Let me go through my thought process on today and why I took said entry. So, as you can see, coming into the day, I did have a bearish narrative. And why is that? The draws on liquidity lower were just better. They weren't SMT'd and they were free to take. We had a 4-hour and hourly in Asia low resting below. We had this pair of equal lows, as you can see from last night Asia session. We had Asia low that was high time frame SMT'd. To me, those are way better draws. At open, ideally, hold up. I'm trying to get them to be matched up. So ideally at open, what I wanted to see was a run up. Instead of the candles taking London in this 4-hour, in this 1-hour, whatever, instead of open running these, I would have preferred to see open come up, tag this 15-minute, get into OTE of this range over here. Shit, let me move this. I would have loved to see it get into like OTE or EQ of this range, and then we continue lower to go grab those. But instead, we Judas swung lower. Oh, I said Jewish swung. We Judas swung lower, and then we accumulated. In here, there's no entrance. There's no entry in here. Like, there's no entry for me to want to take lower. We had just swept this. We had just swept both of these buy sides. So if we're going to continue higher, I believe that we're just going to start boom, and we're not going to give a reason to want to go down. We're not going to show reasoning as to why we would want to continue lower, but I feel as though we gave a reason to continue lower. We still left this equal low. We left this Asia low, and we rejected off of OTE of the range, stayed between both of these. We rejected off this 5-minute, rejected off this 15-minute. We then close below midnight open with some strength. We have, oh shit. We technically make this whole move into an order block. Well, I entered before that. I entered off of just basically this order block, which tagged into the 5-minute. So forming this into an order block, we closed that out, and I took the entry right here as soon as this candle closed, because I also liked the wick we left as a nice break-even point. We didn't reject off of anything, so this wick to me had no okay, we're gonna start trending up bullish. I feel as though if we were just gonna be bullish on the day entirely, we're not gonna fucking tag two gaps to push us back down lower and give reasoning to get lower. So as you can see, we create this 1-minute order block. We form it. I take my entry after it is formed because we closed below midnight on both assets. We still had that hourly left on ES. No, we didn't. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. We had equal lows on ES. We still had Asia low left on both assets. And yeah, I like this wick as the break even point because if we're going to flush, we're just going to flush. Honestly, I was just taking it to like right. Like this internal buy side. That's literally where I was going to take it. Higher time frame narrative would have been these. But yeah, let's hold on 1 second. I'm going to load up all the confluences because, you know, an old man like me does tend to forget at times. So here are the list of confluences we had. We had a rejection of a 5 and 15 minute, order block respect, bearish closure out, and it was bearish displacement out, closure under midnight open, 1 minute break of structure. As you can see, oh shit, we broke structure after we closed under here. That's a 1 minute break of structure. We had a good break even point, like I said, the bearish narrative, the OTE rejection, and we had a better draw on liquidity below. I didn't think we were going to continue higher. I was just so bearish. After that, we started fucking ripping up. I wanted to get an entry to this daily fair value gap, but as you can see here, price never retraced into any of these 1 minute gaps, forming an order block for me to enter off of. And when we did get an entry, it was right here. And to be honest, man, I don't know. I just thought we were overextended. We had already taken this hourly gap. I was seeking an entry until we got to this hourly gap up here. But after that, man, I just didn't want to see anything. Then we left these pair of equal highs. And here's my biggest lesson on the day. You see these equal highs right here. Let me just mark them out like this. All right, so I was willing to take this 2 minute, well, this 3 minute, there was a 3 minute gap. Where are we at? So there was a 3 minute gap rejecting out of this 15 minute with equal highs resting above. As you can see, the 3 minute didn't close on this candle. I was going to enter had it closed on this 1036 candle, but we failed to close by 2 points. And then this next candle delivered it. Here's why I learned my lesson. First of all, yeah, there's equal lows here, but I'm sorry. I just seen the displacement towards these equal highs. I knew we would run these, and then if we wanted to run these, which we didn't until the fucking over here. But yeah, back to what I was saying. The biggest lesson I learned today was low time frame draws on liquidity. You don't have to take the highest inversion of the price leg. Like here we had a 2 minute. There was a 3 minute, but there was also this 2 minute, which I could have taken this entry right here. Where you get in, I probably would have just like limit order. Nah, I would have had the market order. Bang, bang. And is there like a 1 minute gap in here, right? Yeah, use this 1 minute gap as protection. Run it to this. Just a 1-to-1. Right? I could have easily taken this 2 minute inverse. Just want to break even at those equal highs. 2 minute inverse, which would have hit for this 1-to-1 using that 1 minute gap right here as protection. But I didn't because I was focused on the high time frame. But when you have a low time frame draw on liquidity as your target, you do not have to always go for that highest time frame draw on liquidity. You can use the lower time frame entry, which would have been the 2 minute in this case, because as you can see, the 2 minute closed. We would have gone in up here. Even still would have had to do like some shit like that for it to even work and be valid. But I would have just this because if we did start pumping down. But as I was saying, we had this 2 minute, but there was a 3 minute, right? Which is what I ultimately was waiting for. But it's a low time frame draw on liquidity. If we were seeking something like a bigger home run hit, okay, cool. That higher time frame is obviously what's valid. However, I have seen that now the lower time frame draws can get taken with a lower time frame inversion based off of pure discretion and all of that, which is what I want to start trading because I feel like that's what works better for me. And then after that, I got off around 10:45. Yeah. So break even on the day as we seen. And yeah, took an actual entry. This is more so what my entries are going to be like, bro. This what I think works best for me. I was very stern on this bearish narrative. And shout out to my boy Eli. We took the exact same entry without even knowing. And was trading IFVGs. He just really liked the displacement and the pure discretion that came behind this said entry just based off of what we were rejecting off of, man. Like, had there been a fair value gap in here, this was a really good trade. So yeah, the bearish narrative was stuck in my mind. I thought the bearish draws on liquidity were a lot stronger than the bullish ones because of the SMT inside of the high time frame gap. But ultimately never played. Learned a couple lessons today. Overall, not a terrible day. Looking to get that first official green day of the year. Yeah, it fucking sucks to say that we're halfway through February now, but I think that this is definitely better for me. A lot more calming, just a lot easier on the mind. So yeah, catch you guys tomorrow after we smack some shit, bro. Let's get to it.